Have you ever noticed how your cat instantly perks up at the mention of treats but seems to completely ignore you when you tell them to get off the counter? There's actually a scientific reason behind what your cat understands and why they sometimes appear to tune you out. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of feline psychology to uncover 5 words your cat truly recognizes. And number 3 might just surprise you. Before we get into those key words, let's clear up a common question. Do cats understand words the same way dogs do? A 2019 study from the University of Tokyo found that while cats can recognize and differentiate human words, they don't respond in the same way dogs do. Unlike dogs, which have been selectively bred for centuries to follow human commands, cats evolved as independent hunters and don't rely on social approval as much as canines. But that doesn't mean they don't understand us. Quite the opposite. If dogs are the eager students raising their hands in class, cats are more like the quiet genius in the back, appearing uninterested but absorbing everything. Japanese feline behavior researcher Dr. Atsuko Saito discovered that cats not only recognize their names, but can do so even when called by a stranger. Beyond that, cats can associate human words with actions, emotions, and specific routines. So yes, your cat understands more than you might think. However, while dogs rely heavily on verbal cues and commands, cats learn words by associating them with meaningful experiences. If a word is consistently linked to something important, like food, affection, or play, your cat will take notice. But since cats aren't motivated by social validation like dogs are, they may not always show an obvious response, even when they fully understand. Now let's break down the 5 words that your cat actually recognizes. Word number 1, their name. This might seem obvious, but it's backed by science. Your cat knows their own name. A study published in Scientific Reports examined how cats reacted when their name was spoken versus other random words. Researchers found that even when a stranger said their name, cats responded by flicking their ears, turning their head, or twitching their tails. While cats prioritize their name as an important sound, whether they choose to respond depends entirely on their mood. Unlike dogs, who instinctively seek to please, cats will only acknowledge their name when they feel like it. Try an experiment. Call your cat's name in a neutral tone, then in an excited voice, and finally in a firm or annoyed tone. You'll likely notice they react more positively to a soft, high-pitched voice, similar to how we naturally speak to babies. So, if your cat is ignoring you, a gentler and sweeter tone might just do the trick. Word number 2, food-related words. Ever noticed how your cat suddenly develops supersonic hearing when you say treat or dinner? You're not imagining it. Studies have shown that cats associate certain words with rewards, meaning that words like food, eat, or treat instantly grab their attention. This happens through classical conditioning. Every time you say treat while giving them food, their brain strengthens the connection between the word and the reward. Interestingly, cats can recognize food-related words even when spoken in different tones, and some even learn to identify the sound of specific food containers being opened. Try saying treat in an unusual voice and see if your cat still reacts. Some cats rely more on tone and context, while others respond to the actual sound of the word itself. Word number 3, no. This might come as a surprise, but cats actually do understand the word no, just not in the way we expect. While they recognize negative commands better than we think, the issue isn't comprehension, it's motivation. Unlike dogs, who are wired to seek human approval, cats have a completely different decision-making process. Their response to no is based on a careful evaluation of whether stopping their behavior is actually worth it. Here's what happens in their brain when they hear no. 1. They analyze your tone. Cats absolutely pick up on the fact that you're unhappy. 2. They assess the consequences. Is there a real downside to continuing? 3. They weigh the reward. If whatever they're doing is fun or beneficial, they'll likely keep going. That little pause you sometimes see after saying no, it's not hesitation, it's your cat running mental calculations. And here's something fascinating. A 2023 study from the University of Helsinki found that cats who frequently ignore no actually score higher on problem-solving tests. In other words, their defiance isn't stubbornness. It's intelligence in action. Want to make no more effective? Instead of simply saying it, try redirecting their attention to an acceptable activity and rewarding them with praise or a treat when they listen. Your cat isn't being difficult. They're just making their own choices. Think of it this way. Your cat understands no, but they're simply waiting for you to make a better offer. In reality, cats respond more strongly to a quiet, disappointed tone rather than yelling or harsh scolding. However, there's one key detail. This method only works if your cat has already built a strong bond with you. Before we reveal the last 2 words, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Your support helps us grow our community of cat lovers and continue providing valuable insights to help strengthen your bond with your feline friend. Word number 4, come here. Now let's talk about the phrase every cat owner dreams of mastering, come here. Here's something fascinating. Researchers have found that cats process this command differently from dogs. While dogs instinctively respond to social cues, cats need a really good reason to listen. They're like little freelance contractors. They want to know, what's in it for me? Dr. Sarah Ellis from International Cat Care made an incredible discovery. Cats can learn to respond to come here with up to 80% reliability. But here's the catch. It all depends on how you've conditioned them to react to this phrase. Think about it. When do you usually say, come here to your cat? If you're like most people, it's probably when you want them to stop doing something naughty, right? Well, that's exactly why they might be ignoring you. Instead, try this game-changing approach. Only use come here when something positive is about to happen, such as, it's mealtime. You're about to open a can of tuna. You have their favorite toy or treat in hand. The secret is consistency and creating a positive association. But here's the most surprising part. Over time, cats develop what scientists call anticipatory behavior. This means they'll start responding to come here even when they don't immediately see a reward, just because they've learned that listening to you always leads to something good. It's as if they're thinking, well, last time I checked, this human is pretty reliable with the treats. So let's see what they want now. Word number 5, good job. And now for the final word, one that's surprisingly emotional, good job or good kitty. In 2021, researchers at Oregon State University made a discovery that shocked the feline behavior world. Many cats actually prefer human interaction and praise over food. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The study revealed that cats are incredibly attuned to the emotional tone of our voices. When we say good kitty or well done, they're not just hearing the words, they're processing the way we say them, our body language, even tiny changes in our facial expressions. Dr. Kristen Vitale, who led the study, found something remarkable. Cats who consistently received verbal praise along with physical affection formed stronger bonds with their owners. They were also more likely to seek out human interaction in the future. In other words, every time you say good kitty, you're not just making your cat happy, you're actually reinforcing your bond and making them even more affectionate. Think of it this way. When you praise your cat, you're not just speaking, you're reinforcing what scientists call a positive emotional feedback loop. Your cat does something cute, you respond with a cheerful good job. In that special tone we all use with our feline friends, and over time they associate making you happy with their own sense of well-being. Try greeting your cat every morning with a consistent, warm tone. Studies suggest that regular morning interactions help shape the communication dynamic between you and your cat throughout the day. And here's something even more fascinating. Cats are so attuned to praise that they can distinguish between genuine affection and words spoken without real emotion. They know when you truly mean it. That said, every cat is different. Yours might have a special word or phrase that holds a unique meaning between just the two of you. So how many of these words does your cat recognize? And what's the special word they respond to most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more fascinating feline insights.